In this lecture, we'll study how to test a periodicity of discrete time signals. For a discrete time signal to be periodic, the angular frequency omega must be a rational multiple of 2 pi. That is, for discrete time signal, the condition for periodicity is omega is equal to 2 pi, that is rational multiple of 2 pi into m by n. So here m and n are integer. So here this is known as angular frequency in case of discrete time signal. So it must satisfy this condition, that is 2 pi into m by n. Then that signal is a periodic signal. Let's consider one example. Suppose x of n is equal to cos 2 pi n. So this is a discrete signal because here the variable, independent variable is n. So we can say that this is discrete time signal. Now we'll see we'll check the periodicity of this signal. Now we'll compare this signal with cos omega n. That is, in discrete time signal, omega is the frequency, omega n. So we can write omega is equal to 2 pi. But the condition for periodicity is omega is equal to 2 pi multiplied by m by n. So I can represent this omega as omega is equal to 2 pi into 1 by 1. So now this omega is of this form. So here m is integer as well n is integer. Therefore the signal x of n is periodic with fundamental period n. So here n is the fundamental period. N is fundamental period. Therefore here x of n is periodic with fundamental period n is equal to 1. Similarly, I'll give one more example. Suppose, say x of n is equal to cos 2n. It's a discrete signal. Now here we'll compare the same thing with cos omega n. So here the omega is equal to 2. So now here omega is equal to 2. It cannot be expressed in terms of 2 pi. That is 2 pi into m by n. Therefore, as this signal cannot be expressed in terms of 2 pi into m by n, therefore x of n is non-periodic signal. Now let's see how to find the periodicity of discrete time signal where the signal is the sum of m periodic discrete time signal. Suppose the discrete time signal x of n is sum of m periodic discrete time signals, that is x1 of n, x2 of n plus x3 of n plus and so on. We have m number of discrete time signals. Now let's see how to calculate or how to find the periodicity of, in such cases. Step 1. First we supposed to calculate the fundamental period of each discrete time signal. We will call them as n1, n2, n3 and so on till nm. That is, we supposed to calculate the fundamental period of each discrete time signals. That is, n1 is fundamental period of x1 of n, n2 is fundamental period of x2 of n, n3 is fundamental period of x3 of n, and so on. Second step is we supposed to compute the LCM of the fundamental periods of m signals. As here we have m discrete signals, already we have found fundamental period of each signal. Later we supposed to find the LCM of n1 to nm. That LCM value is represented as L. Step 3 is the period of the discrete time signal x of n is equal to the L value. The fundamental period of x of n is represented as n, which is equal to L. Let's consider one example. X of n is equal to 5 sin 7 pi by 12 n plus 8 cos 14 pi by 8 n. Here the discrete time signal x of n is sum of two discrete time periodic signals. Now let's see how to calculate the period of this discrete time signal x of n. So our first step is we supposed to calculate the fundamental period of these two signals. We will call it as n1 and n2. So first we'll calculate the fundamental frequency, that is omega 1 is equal to, here sine omega n, so omega 1 is equal to 7 pi by 12. We know that the condition for periodicity in case of discrete time signal is given by omega is equal to 2 pi into m by n. Therefore I can represent this as 2 pi into 7 by 24. So in this case I can write m by n is equal to 7 by 24. Therefore n1 is equal to 24. This is fundamental period of the first discrete signal, that is sine 7 pi by 12 n. Now let's calculate fundamental period n2 of this signal. So here we can say omega 2 is equal to 14 pi by 8. I can represent it in this form as 2 pi into 7 by 8. So therefore in this case m by n2 is equal to 7 by 8. Therefore the fundamental period n2 is equal to 8. So according to step 1 we found n1 value and n2 value. Now the second step is compute LCM of the fundamental periods of m signals. So now we are supposed to find LCM of 24 and 8. LCM of n1 and n2, that is 24 and 8 is equal to 24. So this can be represented as L. Therefore the fundamental period n of the discrete signal x of n is equal to L, which is equal to 24. Thank you for watching.